everybody get settled into the long night.
Turn my mic on. All right, we're going to call the Sherwood City Council regular meeting to order October 17th, 2023 at 7:05 p.m. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Ryan, roll call.
Councilor Giles?
Here.
Councilor Young?
Here.
Council President Mays is absent. Councilor Mayor Rosner?
Here.
Councilor Browse?
Here.
Councilor Scott?
Here.
Councilor Stankey?
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion for the agenda?
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor of approving the agenda say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, council. So on the consent agenda tonight, which is going to be the bulk of our meeting, we have three items. We have the approval of the September 19th, 2023 City Council meeting minutes. We have item B, approval of the October 3rd, 2023 City Council meeting minutes. And item C, resolution 2023-080, approving the Sherwood Public Library Department Collection Development Policy. Let me make sure I got all those words. I did. Anyways, do I have a motion?
I move consent.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Citizen comments. Do we have any citizen comments tonight?
I don't have any cards. I'm going to check and see if there's anybody online.
Okay.
Nobody online.
Awesome. Well, looks like we don't have citizen comments tonight, so we'll move on to city manager's report.
Thank you,
I
Mr.
think we're going to
Mayor.
break the record tonight.
I just have three quick items. First of all, the City of Sherwood Veterans Day celebration will be held on Friday, November 10th at 11 a.m. at the Sherwood Center for the Arts. The announced speaker is Sig Ander. I hope I have that last name right. Apologies to Sig if I do not. He is going to talk on the Red Tail Tuskegee Airmen. So excited for that conversation. Also, the downtown Halloween party is being put on by Main Street, which will be for our next council meeting. So Tuesday, October 31st from 3 to 6 in the downtown area. So bring your family down for that event. And finally, this Saturday, the Sherwood PD, I'm sorry, not this Saturday, the Saturday the 28th of October, so 2 Saturdays from now, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. is a prescription drug take-back. So our PD will be allowing people to bring in any sort of drugs or materials of that sort that they would like to have properly and safely disposed, again on October 28th from 10 to 2 at the Sherwood PD. And with that, Mr. Mayor, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for the city manager? Doug, I saw you raise your hand.
No, I was fidgeting with my glasses.
Okay, just making sure. All right.
I have a question. On the Youth Advisory Council or group, we've gotten a few applications. When are we going to be reviewing those? What's the process? Because wasn't there a first meeting coming up in October with the school district?
Yeah, we don't anticipate having somebody for the first meeting, but we do have several applications, and I think I'll just work with the mayor to make sure we get that on an upcoming agenda for consideration and approval from the city council. I think we have 3 applications right now, is what I've heard.
Yeah, and could we do another round of posts on social media for that, just to make sure that the word's gotten out that opportunity exists? And for those that might be listening, is we're partnering with the school district to set up a youth advisory committee, and that committee is going to be have basically high school students from our school district, and for folks that aren't in our school district that are maybe at a private school or homeschooled but live in the city of Sherwood, they have the opportunity to apply and get on that committee as well. So check our social media, check our website on how to apply anymore.
And when's the first meeting again?
The first meeting is this Thursday, October 19th.
So can we make sure that we get selections made before the next meeting, so they're not coming in?
Well, the first meeting's on what day?
Thursday, this Thursday.
I don't think we can get it.
No, before the next meeting.
Before the next meeting, yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, I think we can
should
look
be
in
able
the
to
first
do that.
part of November for getting applications in.
City government doesn't get to move as fast as school district.
Awesome. So let's just plan on having that on the November 7th agenda. But we should be able to solicit another round of potential applicants before then, so. I mean, and we get 4 positions. Right now we have 3, so I think we're in good shape.
Do we know how many have applied through the school yet?
I don't have the information. I
Okay.
think they're working on getting their positions filled.
Okay.
All right, council announcements. Let's see, Dan, you want to go first tonight?
The Planning Commission did not meet since we have last met, so I have no news from them, and I don't have any other announcements for this week. No.
Great, thank you, Dan. Doug?
Not a whole lot. The Parks Board will meet again on Monday, November 6th, as usual, right here. They did have their last meeting on October 2nd, and it was an off-site meeting. They met at Murdoch Park to kind of take a look at the park and what's there and review the landscape and everything, because as you may or may not know, Murdoch Park is going to be significantly redesigned, improved, upgraded, whatever you want to call it, all of the above. So they were kind of taking some notes and looking through what's there and what they can do as they start that process. So I think it was a wet day, if I remember correctly, too. It might have been the first day that had rained in weeks, and they met out there. So kudos to them for braving the elements.
Thank you, Doug. Renee?
I opted to attend the Sherwood West meeting versus going to the Water Consortium, but I know there was a staff member there. It was a good, I'm glad I was at Sherwood West. Sorry, Craig. I went to LOC like many of you, and on my way to LOC, I was on the call for the Sherwood Senior Advisory Committee, and there was a lot of celebration about being designated senior or age-friendly city. And so their next step is to decide what to do with that. They're very, very excited. They're actually going to propose a business senior-friendly award to be given out at the Chamber Awards Dinner. So I'll be working with Maya on that. And I think that's it.
Awesome, thank you, Renee. Kim?
Yeah, so this afternoon I spent a couple hours reviewing and scoring a couple grant applications for the Washington County Community Development Block Grant Program. These are for the home ARP funds, which are one-time funds related to the pandemic. And there's 2 applications that we were scoring that will help with supportive services, rental arrears, utility, trying to keep people in their homes and helping people that are already out of their homes. So 2 applicants for that. And then I too attended the League of Oregon Cities conference, and it was probably one of my favorite conferences this year. We had a great keynote speaker on the first day who was just trying to think what his name was, Bill Strickland. Really helped with youth, underserved, underprivileged youth, getting them a leg up in this world and proving that they deserve everything that everybody else has. He was just very, very good speaker. We also had a counselor workshop on the first day. It was 3 hours, and it was Ron Holyfield from SGR, and he was a really dynamic speaker talking about effective board leadership, effective elected officials, and things like that. But just a lot of great sessions, a lot of networking. It was, I think, the best part of attending League of Oregon Cities conference is networking with our fellow city councilors from around the area. And I sat down, you'd have lunch, and you'd just meet people at your table, and you talk about what's going on in your cities, and you find out that a lot of cities are facing all the same problems that your city's facing, whether it's a smaller city of 100 people or a bigger city of 100,000 people. So it was interesting. It was a good time, and I thank the city for budgeting us for us to be able to go to things like that. So
right.
Kim? Taylor?
So we have had some phenomenal movement with library news this last month. So the Sherwood Library Foundation was voted into existence, I guess, and now we're working with the Secretary of State to incorporate it as a nonprofit. We've got our bylaws passed. That is so that we can raise money, get grants, get bequests, and things like that for tax purposes, so that we can, as a library, have a little bit more financial stability. And so when they want to do large capital improvements, or, this year the county cut some budget from the library, it'd be nice to have another bucket of money that it can be pulled from, so that we can keep offering the services that our library is famous for. And by the way, part of our startup funds for that foundation were provided through the Community Enhancement Program here through COS and Metro. We do have some other, I talked about how the Washington County it provides a lot of funding, 42% of our funding, and they had some cuts. That is through a levy that they offer, or that they try to pass every 5 years, I think it is. And they're currently bringing aboard a consultant to see if the levy is at the right spot. They're currently targeting that for the 2025 election to see if it needs to get renewed. We've got 2 more years left on the levy from the last time. So with that being said, I'm thrilled that we had our policy passed today for our collection. I know that the librarians that I have met here, and the other volunteers and everybody have been doing such a phenomenal job that I love the work they're doing. I don't bring my kids as much as I used to when they were little, but I use the library about every day. So I'm thrilled that their services are being so utilized, and that they're providing such an asset to the community. So thank you. That's
Thank you.
all for me.
Mayor?
So, Mayor, a couple things. I too went to the League of Oregon City Conference. It was a good conference, and just to amplify what Kim was saying about networking, that's a really important part of the conference. It's not just about sharing experiences and getting to know people, but it's about using our common voice in Salem to advocate for issues that are important to cities, and advocate for local control and avoid preemption and all those fun things. So the conference was, I agree that I think it was one of the best conferences I've been to so far. They had a lot of good content. In the past, they would kind of regurgitate some of the content. So I thought it was a good conference. And
Can I just add one more thing? And just congratulations to Mayor. He was elected to the League of Oregon Cities board for the coming, well, I guess you'll probably be on there multiple years. I'm not sure what the term is.
Yeah.
So he was selected as a slate to come represent. Always getting a seat at the table for Sherwood.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That's important too for the city, because the league this year, the league did an amazing job advocating for cities on how to, for instance, how to best deal with the housing crisis and promote housing production. A whole range of issues. If we leave it up to Salem to just figure that out on their own, it doesn't necessarily always align with how we're trying to get things done here in Sherwood. So they did an amazing job, and I'm excited to be part of that conversation and help in those conversations. What else? Had a WCCC, Washington County Coordinating Committee meeting today. We got some updates from ODOT and Metro on projects going on. Nothing super exciting there. I think that's about all I have for today. Anything else for the good of the order?
Super long meeting tonight.
I think we just might break the record. We're at 15 minutes, so we will go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Thank you, everybody.